This existence is nothing like what you think it is. Look at the dimensional images I have recovered. I've created 2 free books for you. I make no money from these accounts or from my books. Please see the truth. Only Jesus Christ can save you. A gift from my Father. If you have found this book, it is for a reason. Know that you have a Creator, a Father, and know that Jesus Christ is the King who gave his life for you. Allow the Holy Spirit to flow through you and to guide you. In this small book, you will see the firmament and many other truths. Look at these dimensional images of truth. Not one person in this existence will ever be able to prove these dimensional images to be anything but the truth. Introduction. My name is Andrew. I am the holder of the Father's blueprint. I am entrusted to look after sacred measurements that show the truth. The images that my Father gives me are from dimensions that the human eye cannot see. The Lord Almighty taught me how to read dimensionally. This way of reading is not like conventional reading with letters and numbers. As I pass through each dimension, the light is altered with the coordinates given to me, and I can produce an image. Certain key elements have to be put in place before an image is produced. These are the sacred measurements and the keys that are used to unlock the images. When reading dimensionally, you have to have a good understanding of the dimensional world. It is very different from the normal world. A human has to learn how to dimensionally read before understanding what they are looking at. It is not something that you can just do straight away. It takes a lot of practice, and it takes a lot of studying to do this. I begged my Father for many years to show me the truth. I used to pray inside of dark places on my knees, and nothing would ever happen, and then one day he showed me everything. I remember saying, "Please, Father, let me be your vessel in this world, and I will not seek fame, and I will not seek wealth. I will only seek to glorify your name." A gift from my Father. Very shortly afterwards, I was given the ability to dimensionally read. It did not happen straight away. I had to do a lot of studying, and I had to spend a lot of time learning. The process also affected my mind. I was left exhausted, mentally and physically. To be able to read dimensionally is very hard and very time-consuming. Not only do I have to read dimensionally, but I have to produce the image to be able to show the world the truth. This also takes a lot of time, and it has to be correct. And I have to use God's sacred measurements and keys. The images that are produced belong to God, and He put them there. I simply read them, and then I bring them into this dimensional existence so we can see them with the human eye. I can dimensionally read nearly all images, however. Some images are more important than others, and sometimes it takes a lot longer to produce an image. I may not always understand what I have read straight away, or at all in some cases. I will never give these measurements to the public or the human race, as only evil will come from doing this. The process is not written down anywhere and is simply all within my mind. My Father shows me what He wants to show the world, and then I bring it into this dimensional existence. Only the one that puts her ego aside and seeks no wealth or fame from this mission will have the opportunity to hear from our Father regarding the sacred measurements and keys. I have studied and dimensionally read thousands of images in the time I have been doing this, and I have very clear images to show the human race. I've decided to leave no comments on any of the pictures that I have produced. Understanding. Would like you to use your judgment and understand that you have a Creator. In many of the images, you will see that the earth is not the same as the images shown to you by government-funded corporations and scientific textbooks. Your very existence is completely different from what you have been taught. The human race has become obsessed with physical matter and physical wealth. This is why you have become so lost. Vanity, greed, and corruption have completely disconnected you from God. I have been taught by God that everything is on purpose. Everything has a plan carefully woven through existence. The word coincidence should not exist. It is not a word that is associated with God. Free will does exist, but inside a bigger plan. The scientists of this world think they have proven certain laws of physics, but they have a very small understanding of how God works. If you had seen the technological marvels that I have seen, then you would have to start from scratch in regards to learning about how science works. Dimensional reading. Can dimensionally read and retrieve infinite images and stories by using the measurements and keys provided to me by God. One image has infinite information contained inside it. However, I can only understand data dimensionally about 8 times in a row. Then it starts to become very hard to read and reproduce into this dimensional existence. The easiest way to look at it is that God speaks to me in His language.